You've been manipulated today, you just didn't notice. Before this morning was over, someone used at least one of these 7 tricks on you, and it worked. These are not obscure theories from dusty textbooks. These are battle-tested tactics, backed by decades of research in behavioral psychology that advertisers, politicians, toxic partners, and even your coworkers use on you every single day. 7 tricks. Exposed. And by the end of this video, you will never fall for them the same way again. Trick number 1. The reciprocity trap. Someone does you a small favor, buys you a coffee, gives you a compliment, offers you a free sample at the grocery store. It seems harmless, but now, without realizing it, you feel obligated to return the gesture. Psychologist Robert Cialdini documented this in his landmark research on influence. He found that when someone receives even a small, unsolicited gift, their compliance with a follow-up request increases by 2 to 3 times. This is why free samples exist. The grocery store is not being generous. They are placing you in a psychological debt, one you will repay at the checkout counter. Defense. When someone gives you something you didn't ask for, pause. Ask yourself, am I agreeing because I want to, or because I feel like I owe them? But here's where it gets more deliberate. Trick number 2, manufactured scarcity. Only 3 left. This offer expires tonight. Exclusive, limited to the first 50 buyers. Sound familiar? Decades of research across hundreds of academic studies have confirmed what marketers have known all along. When people believe something is scarce, they want it more, regardless of whether they actually need it. Scarcity hijacks your brain's loss aversion circuitry. You are no longer deciding whether you want the product. You are panicking about missing out. Defense. When you feel urgency, that is the manipulation. Real value does not evaporate at midnight. Trick number 3. The anchoring effect. You walk into a store. A jacket has a price tag that reads $200 crossed out. Below it, $99. You think, what a deal. But here is what actually happened. You were never supposed to pay $200. That number exists for one reason only: to make $99 feel like a steal. Cognitive scientists Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman identified this bias in their groundbreaking 1974 research. They demonstrated that the first number a person hears in any negotiation becomes a mental anchor, and every subsequent judgment is dragged toward it, even when the anchor is completely arbitrary. Defense. Ignore the original price. Ask yourself one question: is this item worth what they are actually charging? Those first 3 tricks target your wallet, but the next 4? They target something far more valuable: your mind. Trick number 4. Social proof exploitation. In the 1950s, psychologist Solomon Asch ran a now famous experiment. He placed one real participant in a room full of actors and asked them all a simple question with an obvious answer. The actors deliberately gave the wrong answer. The result? 74% of real participants conformed to the group and gave the wrong answer at least once, even when they knew it was incorrect. This is the engine behind fake reviews, inflated follow accounts, and the phrase, "everyone is doing it." When you do not know what to do, your brain defaults to one shortcut: follow the crowd. Defense. Popularity is not proof. Before you follow the herd, ask, would I choose this if I were the only person in the room? Trick number 5, and this is where it gets dangerous: gaslighting. That never happened. You're being too sensitive. I never said that. You're imagining things. Gaslighting is the systematic destruction of someone's trust in their own perception. And it is not just a relationship problem. Research in cognitive neuroscience has shown that prolonged psychological manipulation can physically alter brain activity in regions responsible for self-trust and reality monitoring. The victim does not just feel confused, their brain is literally being rewired to doubt itself. Defense. Keep records. Write things down. If someone repeatedly tells you that your memory is wrong, that is the red flag. This next one explains why people stay in toxic relationships and why you cannot stop checking your phone. Trick number 6. Intermittent reinforcement. B.F. Skinner, the father of behaviorist psychology, discovered that the most addictive reward pattern is not constant reward, it is unpredictable reward. A slot machine does not pay out every time. A toxic partner does not love bomb you every day. And that inconsistency, that random pattern of reward and punishment, is precisely what keeps you hooked. Brain imaging research has shown that unpredictable rewards trigger significantly more dopamine than predictable ones. Your brain becomes a gambling machine, always pulling the lever, hoping the next time will be the jackpot. Defense. If a relationship or a habit only feels good sometimes, that is not passion. That is addiction. And finally, the one that hides behind the word love. Trick number 7. Emotional blackmail. Psychotherapist Susan Forward coined the term FOG to describe how emotional blackmailers operate through fear, obligation, and guilt. If you really loved me, you wouldn't leave. After everything I've done for you, I guess I'll just handle this alone. These are not expressions of love. They are transactions designed to make you feel so guilty, so afraid of consequences, that you surrender your own needs to serve theirs. The most insidious part? Emotional blackmailers rarely raise their voice. They do not need to. Guilt does all the work for them. Defense. Someone who truly loves you does not weaponize your emotions against you. Period. 7 tricks: reciprocity, scarcity, anchoring, social proof, gaslighting, intermittent reinforcement, emotional blackmail. They are happening around you right now, in your inbox, your relationships, your office, your feed. But here is the truth that changes everything. Manipulation only works when you do not see it. And now, you do. Awareness is not just knowledge, it is your strongest shield. Which of these 7 tricks have you experienced? Drop the number in the comments. If this decoded something for you, subscribe to Decoded Mind, because understanding your mind is the first step to protecting it.